And now, the lady, the lovepreneur, and her one and only gentleman, the Seymours.
Good evening. Wow, Duchess.
Wow,
Good
beautiful,
evening.
beautiful,
Good
beautiful.
evening. Good evening, everyone. Well, we're praying that you all are on this evening, and we'd like for you all to like and share, um, and let your friends know that we are on the Seymours. They call me the lady, the queen of love,
The
and
queen of
the
love.
gentleman.
Yes.
There you go, the queen of love and the gentleman. We're honored this evening to be coming into your home. However, on your job, even in your car. You know, some of you all probably just turn it on your phone or whatever, but we're here this evening and we're honored by the grace of God for what God is doing in our life and in our marriage, even in our ministry and our sanctity. You know, God is
Yes.
doing it. So this evening, I just, the first of all, we'd like to tell you all to hit like
And
and
share,
share,
subscribe.
subscribe, do the
Like
like, do the
and
share,
share.
and send your questions. I don't know if my Duchess have your questions already this evening, but we would like for you to hit, phone in your questions 833 eight. I think it's 833-372-977911. You know, if there's an emergency, 7911, and they will call them out to me this evening. We really want to be a blessing and an inspiration, whether it's to your marriage or to your single life or just your relationship. We want to be an inspiration. And God has really blessed my husband with experience now that we can come on and talk about things. You know, we talk about real life with real situations
Real
for real
talk.
people.
Yes, yes. We just want to relax today. Just relax. It's evening. It's 8 o'clock. You just coming from work. You're driving in from work. You're in the traffic. You're tuning in, and I'm telling you, it's real talk for real people with real situations. So let's
Yes.
have a conversation. Let's relax and have a nice evening conversation this evening.
And like that sounds
Wife
so
and
sexy.
husband.
They're coming in from work and
Yes,
tired, and
yes.
you know,
If
you're
you're
tired.
dating,
Yeah.
you boyfriend and girlfriend, or man and woman, however you want to put it. If you're single and interested in someone, woman or man, just let's have a nice conversation about relationship, about love. Let's have a nice relationship talk today. The Queen of Love is here, and I'm telling you, she is packed. She is
I don't
packed,
know.
and she is ready. She's ready to answer y'all
But
question.
I think though that you do excellent, Elvis, the gentleman. I think that you do an excellent job. I'm very impressed at the knowledge that you have and the experience that you've gone into, you know, and the opening up that you have, that you're ready to come as a gentleman, you know, not just as a man, but you're coming as a gentleman and as my friend. So,
Yes,
you know,
yes.
do like and share and get somewhere private so that you and your husband can enjoy a nice evening of romance. And ever said it so plainly, you know, put a car over on the side of the road. Do something
Ah,
you've never done before. Touch something, a parts about him. Because most of the time, sometimes men are shy, women are shy, but do something you haven't done. Well, do something you haven't done in a long time.
isn't it amazing you can be with your significant other and still be shy? Isn't that something? You can be with your mate for sometime a long time. Sometimes that be the problem. You've been with them too long. Say, man, I don't want to even think. I want to do that. But you've been thinking some stuff. But you gotta find a way to talk about what you've been thinking about, so we can just enjoy life.
And that's one of the 7 things that I have on my list tonight, expressing what you feel. You've
Yes.
got to learn how to lose the love. We meet couples that's shy, you know,
Yes.
don't talk about sex, don't talk about oral sex, don't talk about massages. They don't even go and refresh their mind with massages. They don't go out and just hold hand. And there are a lot of things that we're finding out that people don't do, there needs to be some inspiration brought into that marriage or that relationship. Why did you marry? Some people I know married for comfortability. I don't need to be in a relationship or a marriage because it's the comforter of what I need. No, 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 no. I need to be in it because I need a friend. I need someone that I can relate to, conversate with, and sometimes I just want to be a girl. You know, women, there are a lot of you out there, you just really want to be a girl. You know, you want the girl side of you to come out. So tonight we want to talk about just loosen yourself, loose the love. You know, and one of the ways you can is express what you're feeling. Honey, I ain't feeling it. We're going to do this different.
We're gonna
Boo, this
try
ain't
something
it. Let's
new.
try something different. Talk, baby.
Yes, let's try something new. No, one of the things, Dr. Seymour, that I think people get shy away from speaking about a lot of things and speaking about certain things is that they forgot that when they come into Christ, and everybody that's watching it is not Christian based, but they're a new creator. They're a new man when they come into Christ. And one of the things is people, when you don't have a pastor or someone to explain to you that you're a new person, you'll be 5, 6 years in a ministry and still living in that old mindset.
Yeah.
But the person that knew you 5 years ago, when you come into a ministry and now come become a part of a church family, you're not the same person when you're baptized. And we're not spiritual, but at the same time, it is a spiritual thing. We are Christians. So you become a new person. You become a new man, and you're still living in the past. No, the person that if you speak to me in 6 months, you don't know me. You know of me, but you don't really know me. Because we going somewhere in God. We're going somewhere in Christ. We're going somewhere in a relationship. We are moving forward. We're pressing forward. We are moving forward. So one of the things you have to realize and come to that realization that you're not the same person. You're a new man now. So you got to go somewhere. You meet somebody new. You become them. They become you. And you are going somewhere.
Well, what they do, Evis, a lot of people, they take their old into their new.
Yes.
You know, you bring your old ways, your old relationships, the way that you spoke to the last guy, to the last lady. And so you bring that into your new. And so now the fulfillment of what you are marrying in this relationship for now is not being able to come to uh,
Fruition.
full tuition because you're bringing the old into the new. You've got to take and rid yourself of your past. That's one of the 7 ways to lose the love.
Yes.
You've got to be open and release yourself from the past. What's happening is your last lover is not your present lover. So why are you trying to turn that new lover into your last lover? If that last lover was working, then you should have remained with the last lover. And so now we've got to learn to shift in our new relationship, in our new marriage, in whichever direction you're going. One thing that I've learned is you cannot be afraid to conversate, and that is the problem now that I have learned. Couples been married 3, 4, 5 years, 10 years, and don't even use the word sex. Honey, come on, make love to me.
When you say sex, we thought you just mentioned oral sex not too long ago.
I know.
Just from the culture that I come from, 90% of my friends, if they watch this today, they'll be like, "Oh my God, is he talking about oral sex?" Because I'm from Jamaica, and that's something. 90% of the songs talk derogatory about it. So, and that's just the culture that I come from. But now, when you become a new man, like I was just saying, you going where you go. You can sometimes you can be so busy trying to prove to your friend and trying to be so macho.
No, so I'm trying to be so spiritual.
Yeah. Oh,
That's the problem. That's the problem, baby. It's not being so natural. It's
macho,
being so
macho. Talking about the man side, trying to be so macho to their friends.
Oh,
their friends
okay.
To know.
macho.
Yes.
He said macho. But anyway, because what we found out, most people that's having the most dramatic problems in their marriage are saved church people, because they don't have really communication. He doesn't know what she likes. She doesn't really know what he likes. In most cases, she just accept what he wants to do. And everybody know about the missionary style. And so he goes in there and it becomes all about missionaries. Do you all know what missionary really means? So we need to shift. We need to shift, being able to be free in our marriage, being able to be free in our relationships. And if you have not gotten married, talk. If you have not gotten married yet, conversate, communicate, do lunches, go to the park, do some stuff you do something creative that you've never done in your last relationships. Because what you all have done is brought your old into your new. So she laying there crying, and you wondering why she mad and full of hell all the time. or why she's always gone, or why she always have friends. You've got to watch women that's always surrounding themselves around a whole bunch of other people. Because my best friend, I have five. My best friend is my husband. I don't need other friends to complete who I am. Good evening, Daisy. Good evening, girl. Good evening. Love you, love you. Love you, Mother Burks. Love you, Yana. Wow. Precious. Will, Donna. Yes. Thank y'all for coming in, Trevon. Trevon, you know we were looking for you here this evening. Will, all going good. Yes. But listen, and then I want to say something else out of the 7. The first thing on that 7 ways to release and loose the love is express what you feel. This is what I feel. This is what I like. This is what I want to do.
Can I put a pin in that?
Yes.
That most of the time, that's where the problem is. Because sex become about the man. You all know we get what we want and we're going about our business. Because the Bible declared the last days is 7 to 1. So when we're not living a committed life a lot of the time, we ain't really worried about what the woman thinking about. We're just going in there. We want all the freakness, and we're gone because we have 2 or 3 more around the corner. So,
but no, some of them ain't got no 2 or 3 more around the corner. No, we're talking saved men. They ain't got 2 or 3 more around the corner. We're talking about men though that has not been properly groomed to themselves how to become the lover that their wife needs. They don't have others.
But they're not being challenged.
Yeah, the challenging would come with the wife. The wife or the female has not challenged him into a whole nother state of becoming that man that she really is desiring. And so when she haven't challenged him, then he takes what he want to do and it becomes about him. God, I see Allegra. I see you, Ozzy, my God, Janine. But this is true. This is true. That's why I talk about conversating. And I found out so many people are afraid to conversate. Yes. And when you're afraid to conversate, we miss out on things in marital and in relationships. So now we're saying why we can't win the men back to Christ, because nobody is teaching females and us what we need to talk about. This is what I like. This is where I'm going. We're going to start a communication about our relationship with God. Then we're going to have a conversation about our marital affair. We're going to have a conversation about our finances. We're going to have a conversation about our credit. We're going to have a conversation. We're going to talk about the freak side, the finance side, the credit side, the bank side. These are things that has to be discussed in relationships and in marriage. Yes. And it's never discussed, Elvis.
That's what I'm talking about. We enter into a relationship and we play it by ear.
Yeah.
It's a lot of relationships have been played. Well, from experience, I've been in a relationship where we just play it by ear. But now you come to a next level where if you're going somewhere, if you're going to be successful, you have to plan. That's just the key thing to a relationship, especially a marriage, and you're going somewhere. So all of our discussions have to have, and until it not become hard anymore, it does become a discussion. It does become a conversation. Let's talk. Let's have this conversation.
And see, Evans, people don't identify with the spiritual elements that's going to have to take place in their marriage. There are spiritual elements that have to take place in your life. That's why you have to have a conversation. The spiritual elements is, okay, this is Friday night. My husband wants to take me to the movies, but we have a prayer meeting. We need to have a discussion. Yes. There are things that have to be discussed to fulfill the spiritual assignment on your life and on his life, especially if he's a man of God in ministry, or especially if you are a woman of God in ministry. We have to identify with the spiritual elements that our spouse is carrying. And so we can't deny each other. That's why I teach about the triangle. And when we take that triangle out of our relationship, then the relationship collapses. Then there's no passion in it. There's no love in it. See what happens? Most women forgot the God side of her. You know, when I say that, when God created Adam, there was a side of God that he put into Adam that created the female. Wow. So when God went in Adam and took us out, there was a female that he took out. Hello. Well, the female side of Adam was love. The female side of God is love. So females, we are recognized as love. That's why we like to be loved and adorned. That's the God side of us.
Yes.
And so when we're not in that element, things begin to fail. So the freakiness in us comes from the womb side of him. So we have different things that we like, the different elements that we like. And so when God took us out, he took the womb out of Adam. He took me out of Eva's. So there are some things about me that was in Eva's that's creating and making my marriage more successful.
Yes.
Because I am fulfilling what was taken out of him. So that emptiness no longer remain in him because he met his real or his twin flame. So when it's not a twin flame, you cannot conversate, you cannot communicate, you're afraid to talk about money. You're paying half of the bills, he'll paying half of the bills. Elvis told me something Saturday. He said when he was in his other marriage, all he did was bought the groceries. I said, that devil is a lie. They don't do that in America. They do that in Jamaica. No, Negro, we gonna do this thing together. All the money going in the pot. Somebody all he had to do was buy the groceries. Negro, where they do that at? Where they do that at? You know, that don't happen. I'm not paying half of the light bill and half of the water bill and half of the house note. Come on, women, and talk.
Like
you know,
and share. Like
yeah,
and share.
because and then you look up. What do you think he get his strip club money from? Where do you think all this stuff is going? No accountability because there's no conversation. So he's looking for the horniness and you're looking for something else. And so we have to bring the balance to our marriage and to our relationship. Good evening, Barbara. Hello, girl. We love you. But we've got to bring the balance to our marriages, to our relationship. One lady asked me, well, what do I do? And we're going to get a little deep. A lady asked me, she said, what do I do? My husband, he wants sex in different kind of ways. Well, then take the word "my" off of it if you're not willing to fulfill his desire. Then he's not your husband. I said my husband. So if that's your husband, it is your duty to fulfill the desires that your husband will be having. See, this is why women will sing in churches now. Husband gone on further, and there are divorces. The divorce rate has climbed into such a magnitude in churches because what we are afraid to do, there's someone else that will do it gladly. So we want to shift our mind. We want to shift the way that we've done things. We want to do things on a whole nother level that we can relate to our husband and he can relate to us. Yes. I need my husband to love me and meet me right where I am. But at the same time, I want to love my husband and meet him right where he is. How do I meet him? In conversation.
Yes.
We have an open book, open conversation. First about God. That's my priority. Secondly, we got to talk about our bedroom. Our bedroom is our sanctuary, not our prayer altar. Our prayer altar is not the bedroom. Our bedroom is sanctified through the marriage. Oh, God.
Yes.
And so we have to keep our bedroom in a state that the enemy can't come in. And so I have to keep myself in a place that the enemy cannot come into my bedroom or into my sanctuary because I am the sanctuary that others have to visit so often. Are you all hearing me?
Very often.
Are you all hearing, say, baby?
Very often.
Barbara, girl, I'm looking at you. Jeremiah, I'm looking at you. Because this is what we have to do. We have to do this. We have to come to reality of having conversations. A conversation is just not me talking or me just listening. A conversation is Elvis talking and I am talking. So what we got to do now, men and women of God, we've got to change. The first thing that we've got to do to lose love. Women, it is our obligation to shift the mind that he has. We've got to bring him out of that. There are things that we can do to console his mind, bring him at peace, put him at ease, and then we are the thinker of the family. Man think with partial brain, we think with two brains. So you have to understand that. Their brain was shut down a lot faster than ours does. Our brain never stops working. Money, cooking, sex, children, house cleaning. So we never shut down. We never locked down. But you have to understand, when it said we are his helpmeet, you have to understand that fully. So we are to complete everything about what's happening with our husband, Elvis.
So that is just amazing. But conversation, that conversation piece there you're talking about, Dr. Seymour, is one of the most powerful things in a relationship.
Yes, it is.
Having that conversation. Let's talk. Let's have a conversation.
Well, Evans, a lot of people don't like to talk about, like you said, we were saying oral sex.
Yes.
But talk to me. Talk to me. That is the going thing. Now, it's not good for a man that's dating an outside woman and you're not married. But sex is all right. Sex is all right. It's all right to talk about making love. See, when you're married, you can't have sex no way. It become about what, baby? Making love. So she's taking him into the most precious place of God. And that's why the earth shakes.
Yes.
It causes a tremble when there's something going on with the husband and a wife. That the greatest miracle, shalaboshan, I don't want to speak in tongues. The greatest miracle on earth is when a man goes into the sanctuary of his wife.
Yes.
The greatest miracle, because something happened. It causes something to happen inside of him that he didn't realize could happen. He goes into a whole nother euphoria. Y'all better talk to me. And it changes his mind for 30 seconds. It changes everything about him at that present time. What we are doing is you can't hold back. This is why the Bible tells us we're only given permission to fast when we go to our husband and say, baby, I need to go on a consecration, deep fast. He can't do it. I can't do it. Because that is one of the most sacred things in a relationship. So most people don't realize this because they are afraid to talk about it. They're afraid. They're ashamed. I can't say that. That's your husband. I can say that and some more. Well, I want him to just rub my head. I'm going to take his hand and put his hand where I need it to be. Right where I need it to be. What am I ashamed of? I need my head rubbed. I need a massage. What's wrong with going out and get a couple's massage? Bring some joy. Bring some excitement. Do something different that you haven't done. Go find some woods and take you a blanket in the woods. Get in the back seat of the truck. Oh. See, that's changing this thing. And that you talking about, you think that man or woman of God can preach. You start up in the game, up your game, and see don't the sermon change. See don't the house get full. Because where there is love, things change. Where the perfect love of God, things begin to change. You don't have to pretend, you don't have to fake, you don't have to tell nobody you love them. Everybody will know that this is a couple that's in love with God.
Yes.
They will know it. Yes. The body is healed through love making. Finances shift through love making. Children are changed through love making. The food tastes better when you're out. Go ahead.
But I often say this, Dr. Seymour, Adelia, my wife, my baby, that that's one of the reasons I love the Bible so much, because it's a book of life.
Book of life.
Those words come to life when you have a good Bible teaching pastor. It can change your life and shift your life forever. Because understanding the Bible make you understand how to love your wife. You first have to love Christ. Because if I cannot love God, I don't know properly how to love my wife. So it's just such a balance. But a man can love God and cry out to God, because we was made in His image. So now, once we can love God the way we're supposed to, then we have no problem loving our wife.
Well, what happens, Evis, when you love God, you're connecting back to the love that was taken out of God. So when you're taken back to the first love, then I become your love, right? Because it was taken out of God. Pastor Azella Cherry, oh my God. Kisses. See, with the love that was in God, when Jesus stepped out of God, talk to me, and formed man in the image. Come on, and this is what happened. So as he was forming man, he took the heart, the love of God that God released into him to step over on the ground and form Adam. So what Adam did was, when Adam formed the man, Adam said, I got to put the love of God in the man and take it out of the man and put it in the woman. So what Adam did was, now when Jesus took that love and put it in us, That's why we are lovable beings.
Yes.
That's why we are emotional beings, because it was taken first from God, which was a spirit. And we talk about men with wounds. You have to understand, the man was created with two wounds. And you have to understand that concept. Man was created with two wounds. That man, when Jesus created Adam, he created him with a natural womb. But when God created Adam, he created him with a spiritual womb. Now, the spiritual womb is what grows ministries and churches. The natural womb is what produces babies.
Talk to us, Dr.
So when the
Seymour.
man goes into the natural womb, it creates babies. That's the miracle side of God. So what happens? The enemy don't want you to know how precious it is to go into that womb. So you don't know that is the sanctuary of God. So when the man goes into the holy of holiest place, I know y'all saying, God, I don't know what this woman talking about. Catch it in the rapture. But if you notice, for 30 seconds of that man's time, when you all are sharing, for 30 seconds of his time, that man goes into a place that you can't put him out of it. Why? Because that womb touches something. And when that womb touches something, it's called a place of the Holy of Holies. And when it touches the place of the Holy of Holies, can I tell you what happens to him? That man want to holler, Mama! He gonna speak in tongues, but something is going to change. Because I'm telling you, I like to teach. I like to teach that part that God gave me some years ago. But I want you to know, woman, when you man up this man, I'm teaching women now how to man up this man. You got to know how to massage his ego.
Yes.
All the time, massage his ego, massage who he is. Listen, and arouse his intellect. See, once we've gotten his ego together, then we need to know how to arouse his intellect.
My God.
There are things, there are secrets that God has given us. The secrets came from the heart of God. But he took them out of Adam and put them into us. When God had Adam, Jesus became a psychiatrist, physician.
My God.
He said, I'm going to put you to sleep. Then he became a surgeon and cut him open. When he became the surgeon and cut him open, so you got to understand. And at the end of that, before I give you all of that, at the end of that, he became a priest and married him. And before he married him, he became a father and took him to his wife and said, this is the daughter that I've made and chose for you. You got to understand this. So, and then we got to know how to normalize him when he's upset, when the congregation has messed him up, when lies going out on him, the finances are not right. We have to know how to normalize him. The first thing that we're going to do ever stop smiling. One of the first things that you're going to do in normalizing your husband, especially if he's a man of God, an apostle, prophet, bishop, whatever, you want to massage his ego when he's at his weakest points.
My God.
Saints take our husbands through. The world itself. Do you know how much weight is on that man from the world? How much weight is on him from the church? And my son preached this Sunday. Do you realize how much weight is in his hands that we don't know how to carry? We can't carry the weight because we already have our own responsibility. One of the greatest weights that God could have ever given a female was the miracle of birthing.
My God. Yes.
Now, guess what? The miracle of birthing came from Adam, but it was blown into Adam's nostril. I better stop. See, you got to understand what was blown into Adam. Can I say this and then we're going to get questions? Heaven was blown into Adam's nostril.
My God.
And when heaven was blown into Adam's nostril, for a while, Adam became heavenly. That's why he could speak those things, though they was not in existence. That's why he had the power and the authority to speak and name everything, because heaven was deposited into Adam. Don't you understand? And women, what Satan did was he got jealous because Adam had all of that he wanted. So he said, let me come up with another plan. And that was his plan of trickery. You all know the story because we didn't hear to have Bible study. But it all happened like that. So what we're doing now, we're changing the game.
Yes.
We're changing the game. Women, we're going to gird up our loins. We're going to change and shift the way that we've done things, our conversation. And you want to embrace, especially when he's at his weakest, especially when he come out of the pulpit. My husband, I tell my husband, he don't need an armor bearer. He don't need no sergeant at arm. My husband, a husband that has a wife, don't need nothing but his wife to become his adjutant. She become his armor bearer. She become his love maker when he come out the pulpit and she take him into the office. Of course, she got a recliner or something in there. Now you're going to give him a massage when he finished ministry. Because you got to put his energy back in him. It's called a time of restoration.
Yes.
He has to be restored back for what he has given out. Oh, God.
Powerful. Powerful.
Embrace. Then you have to embrace his tenacity. Oh, I better, we got to give him the ability to know that he can achieve in his broken days. No matter what's going on, you can achieve, you can make it. And so this is where we are. You want to man your husband up. You don't need other females to man him up, making his sweet potato pies. You do. If my husband is in the kitchen, ask him where I'm at. I'm in the kitchen.
Yes.
I am in the kitchen. And let me tell you what I put on when I go in the kitchen with him. I put on just an apron. Steinmart used to be open. In case you ain't got no aprons, I still got some more. I bought plenty of aprons. Do any of you all know what an apron is? I take my hair down and I put some lipstick on and I put on my apron and I help my husband cook. You know that jerk chicken and what all that stuff you be cooking, Elvis? See, this is what needs to happen.
Amen.
So people say, how do they do it every day? Because we make love, we're friends.
Yes.
And so we are lovers to each other. I know how to man him up too. I know how to build his ego. I know just what he like. See this hat? Uh-huh.
Isn't it amazing the first time man lay their eyes on woman, he said, whoa.
Didn't he say it?
My God.
What am I going to do with all of this?
It was special from the moment he lay high on her.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Mm-hmm. That's amazing.
It's so much in us, Elvis, when we realize the love side of us that God put, that was taken out of God and put into us. Listen, your love making, your conversation. Ooh, I better stop. Because so many things can happen, especially ladies. There you go, Keisha. Oh, woo, girl. Woo. Become that woo.
Yes.
My uncle said the night that bayou. Some of the women out there start saying, I got that bayou. You'll catch what it is later. I'm not going to tell you on the show. But, baby, and I like that when you embrace tenacity.
Yes.
See, you got to learn your techniques and what you're really working with. And a dangerous thing, women. The most dangerous thing is being afraid to conversate and telling him what's on your heart. Being afraid to let him know that I am hurting. I am hurting. Yes. Tell him what you like.
What you don't like.
And tell him what you don't like. I don't want no woman cooking my husband no sweet potato pie. Don't buy my husband nothing like that. Nah, I bake the sweet potato pie. I cook his red beans.
Sure do, baby.
I sure do. And he picked my hair.
I sure do.
We go hair shopping together, clothes shopping together, because we are friends. We are friends. So I pray that we're saying something inspirational. I know I got questions.
I know we have some questions.
But in arousing his intellect, we want to wake up his mind again, too, women. Let him have something to fuss about every time you got to leave home now. Mm-hmm. You haven't aroused his intellect. That's why he's comfortable when you're gone. Can I say this? Hell no. I don't want you comfortable, Elvis, if I'm going to the grocery store. Right. Keep calling my cell phone.
Make it back.
Until I make it back.
Take too long, come looking for you. And I'll come looking too.
Wake up his mind. Do something this week that you've never done before. And start changing things about the way that you've done it. Provoke, I want to say this. Can I say this? We were talking about the 7 things. Provoke his creativity. Woo! Challenge him. Challenge him to something he haven't done. Or you just do something a little different. Hang your panties on the bathroom door and act like you forgot it. One show, Elvis, I told him, take them off and put them in his pocket. You're going on a trip. You're going on a trip. Some of y'all women work out of town. Wear them 2 or 3 days before you leave. And then before you leave, stick them in his pant pocket. The pair of pants he's going to be wearing. Oh, girl. Oh, girl. You better hear me. Spray the pillow. Does he have your cologne? Do he know your cologne smell all the time? The queen of love. Like and share. I'm getting ready for the questions because you know what? They're over there just laughing and smiling. But I wanted, and one other thing, women, I want you to say, do is practice humility with him.
Yes.
Don't be so loud. I'm trying to teach. That's part of my studies that I'm doing with women now, is learning to use their voice. When you learn to use your voice, you will win every time. Let your voice be your winning tool. That's one of the nuggets.
Yes.
Let your voice, and learn to use your voice and put his hands where you desire him to touch. And if you say, but I'm single, so how do I let a man know? That's when you inbox me. Because some of y'all go crucify me before time. It ain't time. I went through the cross when I was a prostitute. Don't put me back there again. But God is changing us women.
Yes.
God is changing our marriages. He's changing our relationship. And you're not dead. Your body is not dead. Everything about your body is still functioning and operating perfect.
Still alive.
It's still alive.
Yes.
You just needed some good talk to help wake it up. Questions?
I can say this, and I know that all of our viewers tonight are probably going to totally agree with me. The Seymours are an amazing gift to the universe, and we love you all. We love you all.
Duchess. Yes.
Amen.
And one of our viewers tonight would like to know, when dating, how soon is too soon to talk about your sexual desires?
You can talk about, there's no limit, there's no timing. If you meet tonight and the conversation happens to come up, talk about it. Talk about it, let them know, even if you're not going to do anything. It doesn't mean because you're talking about it that you're going to have sex or make love that night. It doesn't mean that. But I like to know some of the challenges that the man is going through. I even like to know, I like to know some of the horniness in him, the freakiness in him. And if he ain't got none in him, you need to wake it up. This is a new day. You're living in the fourth hour, fourth watch. It's time to enjoy life. And if God made you a Mrs. and made him your mister, then it's time to man him up.
Yes.
It's time to man him up. Get out of that shy stuff. Oh, we can't talk about that. Girl, he's dreaming about what you can't talk about. It's the truth. It's the truth anyhow. What is he looking at sometime on his phone that you don't know? Stop talking that what both of y'all are mature adults.
Yes.
And it ain't that much sanctification and holiness nowhere. It's time to man up and man him up. It's time to do it. Do it.
Questions?
Dr. Seymour, as a female dating, should I be the first to introduce him to my family and friends, or should I let him introduce me first?
There's no limit on nothing like that. If you are attracted to him and you feel like that's your twin flame, now if you feel that that's your twin flame, and sometimes you might need family members to be able to help you make a decision, because sometimes you can just so afraid of past hurt or just afraid that you might not make the right decision. So it's okay. It's okay if you take him home first or if he take you home first. It doesn't matter who takes you home first. What's important is the conversation and what we're going to be talking about. We're going to talk about sex, making love, outside babies, oral sex, freakiness, horniness, money, job, ministry. Make your list. He needs to make a list, and you need to make a list. What all you like and what you're expecting. He needs to make a list of what he likes and what he's expecting. I pray that was a good answer.
Yes, it was.
Our next question is, can you please explain to me how to communicate with a person that thinks they know everything?
Let them finish saying everything that they want to say. Let them finish saying everything they want to say. Let him or her finish saying everything they need to say. Now, you wait until the cool of the day. When Adam and Eve messed up, God did not move until the cool of the day. He waited until the perfect time that he could go to them. Then he said, who told you you was naked?
Yes.
How did you know you was naked? And that goes at the fig tree. You know, we read about that fig tree, the miracles that's inside the fig. Okay, ain't gonna do that. But anyway,
Come look around the conversation.
just when he calms down or she calms down, say, now it's time to talk. It's time to have real talk. We've got to have real talk because we're real people in real situations.
Yes.
And I need to let you know my heart. I need to let you know my heart. And what you need to know is what I'm really thinking emotionally. Because me being a female, our females react out of our emotions. That's why he has to be your twin flame. And I want to tell you this before they ask me the next question. You're going to know when that's your twin flame because you all will look alike. You will speak the same language. Everything comes out just the way it needs to come out. My husband married me with 10 children, and 7 of my children are older than my husband. But we had plenty of conversation. Now, he tried to sneak in on me. I ain't going to tell y'all that. He did. He tried to sneak in my house. Yeah, he tried to move in without me knowing he moved in. Then he going to say to me one day.
Somebody had to do it. Why not me? Gotta take charge. Go ahead.
Oh, that's what you was doing. He pulled up in the driveway, and he had a shirt or something that we was going out to dinner with. Hey, Amy. Hey, darling. Hey, my baby. That's my baby. And he says to me, look like I'm moving in, don't it? I said, hell no, you're not moving in my.
I was already in.
You were.
I was.
You was already in.
I was already in.
Well, it's all right. I'm glad you came.
Yeah, you miss me. That's what I'm talking
You ain't been out since that.
That's right.
Be 10 years, November 26th.
What are you gonna do? 10 years? Look over here.
I'm gonna flip. You think I got a pole in my bedroom? There's another pole. I mean, but Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Amazing. Marriage is a wonderful
We have a
thing.
silver pole, but I want a gold pole because my bedroom is gold and white. So I'm gonna take the silver pole and give it away. We're gonna sanitize it and put the gold one in the room for celebration of 10 years together.
10 years.
10 years.
That's amazing. That's amazing. My mom told us we celebrate our anniversary every year. So she said, people only celebrate their anniversary 10 years. Well, I guess, Mom, your son can celebrate his anniversary every year. So this 10 year, I'm going to make sure she be there.
Because see, your other brother ain't been married 10 years, and he already divorced. He was divorced 3 years later. Waiting to celebrate 10 years, and they didn't stay together 3. That's what I'm talking about. That's why y'all keep your mamas out your family, out your business. Except you got a mama like Dr. Seymours that's going to tell you the both sides and the truth. His mama didn't know what she was talking about.
You're right.
Question.
Yes, Dr. Seymour, I am a female woman that makes a six-figure
Oh,
salary.
say it again. I can't hear you.
I am a female that makes a six-figure salary. How do I protect my access if I'm considering getting married without doing a prenup?
Well, if you like, if you see the man, see now, money wasn't an issue with me because I was already successful. I was already driving my cars, living in a big mansion, living in Ibis. I was living in a secluded community. I wasn't looking for that. That was not my focus. My focus was finding my soulmate. I had been married 4 times. So y'all know I was tired of trying different. I was tired of experimenting. So, okay, if this going to be the one, this going to be the one. I ain't counting his money. He ain't counting mine. Baby, that's the problem. See, security is good. There's nothing wrong with it. But what if he's broke? Or what if he hit the lotto later? Or what if he comes into an inheritance later? And right now, that's the man that God has ordained for your life, but you're worried about you making 6 figures. But what if he end up with the 8 and 9 figures? What are you going to do with that? And then what if your loving is not as good as a six-figure woman should be? We have a lot of things we have to consider. Yes, don't get bougie. Don't get bougie. Because you're driving, you're making 6 figures, but you could lose it all in one day. So let's be real. That's why we have real talk for real people with real situation. You need to learn his conversation, and he needs to know your conversation. The priority in any relationship and marriage is conversation. Now, not communication, not priority. Conversation, because I can communicate with the TV, but I can't conversate with the TV.
Let's see that again. See it again.
Yeah, I can communicate with the TV. I'm watching I Love Lucy and Andy Griffin and all the cowboy westerns. That's communicating. But the conversate is when I go face to face and I talk to him. So that's why it's so important to conversate. Don't make the six figures make you get broke and miss the man of your life, in which not your Boaz, but you want your Solomon girl. Solomon was a lover and a wealthy man and full of wisdom.
And the conversation is also going to let you know where you're going. How solid is this person? How mature is this person? Where can we go together? Because you are ready to make six figure. There's a certain maturity that you already have. And so the conversation about, I had a friend, and I'm not going to call his name, and his wife was making real good money. And at the time, I knew that as soon as the wife was in a different position, and I keep telling my wife, she was going to change on him.
Yes.
Because his level of conversation was not with they, and they didn't have that conversation of where they was going. And the same thing that I told my wife is the same thing that happened. So the conversation is what have to let you know where you guys are going. And then you won't have a problem on the back end of where you're going.
But that's true, Elvis. Yeah. It's so important. You know, if I'm thinking it, Elvis would tell you. He don't have to wonder, what am I thinking? I'm going to tell you.
Yes.
You ain't got to say what you think I'm thinking. No, you ain't got to think what I am thinking. I'm going to tell you what I am thinking because I'm mature enough.
Yes.
You know, and I want you to know I don't like it. I didn't like that. And this is not what we're doing.
Yes.
You know, and I'm not going there. Your family is not going to run my marriage. You know, that's just not happening. We're not calling your mother for counseling, except she would be my leader. You know.
No, the thing about it, Dr. Seymour, and why a lot of, if this is a female or a male, sometimes need, I want to say, hey, Dr. Seymour, let me put it that way. And you can pull my coat if I'm going too far.
I better.
The three parts to the male or female. See, I know she was going to pull my coat there.
Yeah.
So that's that. Whoever that is, inbox Dr. Seymour so you and her can have a conversation.
We need to conversate
Because there is when you know yourself, when you know where you're going, you know certain things is not even a question. Go ahead, Dr. Seymour.
And I want to do this one thing about. Give me another question. I better do this. Hi, CC. I know she had a little accident this morning. Her bird looking at. So we don't have our other little read on there from Grandmama. Love you, girl. Now listen. That's one of my grandbabies too. I think she probably won the 23rd or 40th. I love every one of them. In case they're all listening, like and share, please.
With real talk, she has the real talk today. Go ahead.
Yes. Dr. Seymour, in the past, I've dated men with children, and I've always felt like I was in second place. I'm presently single right now, but I'm afraid to date men with children because at this moment in my life, I want to be the first in his life.
And I understand that. That's especially if she doesn't have any children. She wants to be the first in his life, but that doesn't always happen because her soulmate or her flame could be one with 5 or 10 children. And I use that for an example because Elvis didn't have any children when we married. And he still don't thank God. He still don't, he got the 10 that I had and the 82 grands that I got. And the 25 grapes. So that's enough children right there for Pampers, milk, Gucci outfits, little ton, that's enough baby bed in there. Then we got a grandchildren room. So I think that's enough right there. So, but anyway, I think you have your preference. A woman or a man, woman or man, you have your preference. If that's not just for you, don't get involved and don't take the relationship much further. If that's not for you, then step out of it while you both are ahead of the relationship. Because I've seen couples that got married, been married 3 and 4 years, And you have mean stepchildren. You have mean, that man, most of the time, when a man already have children, they don't want to accept another female with their daddy. And the children would do devilish, mean things. But most of the time, when a female, I want to say it the right way. When a man marry a female with children, he has to become their daddy.
Yes.
He has to become their daddy. And mamas will get mad if we don't treat those children like they're his children. But then, if he got outside children, then the wife or the woman that he left with those outside children is doing what? Is talking negative talk in the children's ear against the new marriage or the new woman. So now it causes a conflict. So you have to know if this is what you really want to get into before you get into it. Be very careful. Conversate. Meet with those children. I'm marrying her. She has 4 children. I have 10. And you all we're going to become a family of 12. We just got to see how it works. But if it's not going to work, get out of it early. Get out of it early. I've seen so many good marriages that could have made it, but because of the children, the man and the woman could not make it. They had to break up, divorce, separate because of outside children. But I wouldn't allow children to mess up my marriage.
There you go.
I'm not. I wouldn't allow my children to mess up my marriage, and I'm not going to mess up my children's marriage. I have to decide this, whether I want to sleep alone by myself while he's sleeping with somebody else or while she's sleeping with somebody else. I have to consider that. So I know I went there.
Dr. Seymour, your grandbaby Mary, to keep hollering at the TV, her mama said for you to speak to her.
Mary's online. Oh my God. Oh my God. Miss Mary. That is the only great grandchild that I named after my mother. My mother was named Mary, and I named that's one of my greats. Mary is about the 20th great grandchild. And she goes through the house seeing my picture. Grandma, G-Mom, and Papa. That's my baby. She stays with me. I love her. I take care of her. Thank you. Grandmama love you, girl. Grandmama love you. Well, you know Miss Beauty go get jealous now. So I got to speak to Miss Beauty. I got to speak to it's 22 of them, I think, or 25. So to all my greats, this is your grandmama, baby. G-Mama love all her greats. Love y'all. Amen. Any more questions?
And that concludes our questions for this evening.
Wow. Listen, audience, I don't know, but I thank God for you all, and I pray that we were able to share with you all. And I haven't brought my soap on in a long time. My relationship soap, my relationship oil. There are some things that God has really given me over here that's really working. I'm telling y'all.
Yes, it is.
I'm looking.
Yes, it is.
My grandboys, they was buying my soap, y'all. You know, like this one and that one, I can't call their name. I got a church now with 4 new granddaughters almost in my ministry.
Amen.
That soap works. Now, you can't bathe in it one time. Maybe you can, but you need to keep it. If you ran out of it, you
Get
need
some
my
more
soap
and oil.
and you need my oil.
Yes.
You don't want to be lonely. You got 3 more months before the new year. Inbox us. Find out how do I get my soap and how do I get your oil. It's only and listen, for husbands and wives, we're getting ready to go off. For husbands and wives, and your marriage all shabby and messed up and you don't know how to turn them on, get my soap and oil. And I'm going to send you something a little special with that for the married women that you need to change up your bedroom. You need some of my honey.
Yes.
I got some honey.
Not
at
her
work.
honey, but some honey.
I got some honey. It's sweet.
I got your honey.
Oh,
You done see what I said, right?
he's the freak. He has the fantasy, ravishing, erotic, attraction, kinky. He's the freak.
All of it.
Listen, we love you all. We thank God for you. And remember to like and share. Even after we go off, remember, like and share. Inbox me. I personally would try to relate to all of my acquaintances and all of y'all, my friends. That's, y'all. I get a lot of them. I wake up in the morning to
But
them,
Dr. Seymour,
so I try to
I
relate.
don't want the people to forget if you've been blessed. If you were been blessed, and I know a lot of you all have been blessed. Cash App Dr. Seymour 21.
Wait a minute. Put that back up there.
Go ahead.
Put that back up there. Put that back up there. That was, oh my God. This lady said, as soon as we finished money and relationship oil, we surprisingly got married at the last drop. It works. Oh my God.
Wow.
Do you all see that?
Amazing.
Oh my
Amazing.
God. I
Amazing.
told you.
Amazing.
This soap, the money oil works. And that love, husband, and then I got another couple. I have another couple that.
Mr. Ward, you need to contact that couple and we need to get them on so they can give their testimony
That's
and
what-
live with us.
That's what it is right there.
There you go. And watch this. Watch this. There was a young lady that did everything I told her to do that I've been teaching on the show. They've been wanting to have a baby. They've been trying to get pregnant. And do you know, she called me. She inboxed me last week. I wanted to bring her on the show.
Yes.
I forgot. I got so excited. You know, when I started talking about making love and all that, I forget. You know, I forget. But anyway.
What you start thinking about?
You. So.
I just want to make sure.
But she got pregnant. And she beautiful young couple.
Yes.
She really got pregnant.
Yes.
Now you know I told her what to do, and she did it.
Hey, Miss Deborah, we see you.
Yes. My mom. Now Amy go put on there my mom, papa, and mom. Girl.
Pastor.
But it's all fun. Listen, and if I've been a blessing to any of you all, I don't know, you might do it and you might not. But I will always ask that you send just a cash app, any amount, no certain amount. If I bless you, if I've been a blessing and inspiration to you or your marriage or your relationship, I think Mr. Ward is going to put it up there. Cash app me at Miss Debbie Ann. I believe it's Miss Debbie Ann. Cash app, $ Miss Debbie Ann. But if you don't feel like it and I haven't blessed you and haven't inspired you or haven't just, done what you wanted or haven't said what you need to hear, put the questions in the inbox and let's deal with it. Let's talk about it.
I'm not going to let her get away with that because she just came off the 4 o'clock show and she was rebuking everybody for sowing their seed because that's how the blessing comes. No, we are.
But no, that wasn't my.
We are seed sowers.
Yeah.
Now to activate where you're going, to activate this word that's been released. So it's everybody that's under the sound of my voice. So a seed of $21. So today we have 100 people sowing a seed of $21 to release this message that has been released to you so it can manifest in your life.
And someone just say, can you do it another 15 minutes?
Wow. Amazing.
Say, give us more time. Oh my God.
That's why I cannot let her get away with that. Go ahead. Queen
Well,
of love.
I love you too, Elvis. Thank you. Gentleman of love.
Yes. Because you see, I didn't know about the seed principle. I didn't know about it. But when it was taught to me by my pastor, I receive it. I know we're seed sowers. And there's a lot of seed that we can track to our blessing. One of the most desired thing you can do is sow a seed for a specific blessing. If you want to sow a seed for your relationship, and I say 21, God may be putting something else on your heart. 100, 121, 1,021. God may be, because you just been just that blessed. Somebody just got married after the soap and the oil.
Wow.
Sow into where you're going. The grace of the sacrifice, it is the greater the sacrifice is the greater result. Is the greater the results going to be. And I believe in the principle. For so long, the people as the person of God has been in tune to the person of God and not so much of the principle of God. But the principle of God is what's going to release everything that you want to come to you. So Cash App, Cash App, Miss Debbie, to activate this word that has come into your life. Cash App, Miss Debbie, 100 people sowing $21.
And I think one thing that I would like to leave with our audience, I thank you, Elvis. I thank you. I'd like to challenge every woman to activate the fantasy that's in their husband or their man.
Yes.
I like, as you sow your seed, you want to activate the fantasies that's in him. You want to do something, and you're asking God to give you that creativity now, that when that your whole marriage can shift. You're tired of doing the same old thing. Coming in, eating dinner, taking a shower, and going to bed, watching a little TV. You need activation and you need creativity. I need you to arouse him. Do something different. Arouse him. Arouse his ego. Arouse his intellect. But do something different. And see, won't this work? And I really challenge you for my soap and oil.
Yes.
You know, you started with it, and I've seen so many miracles through this soap and this oil. And Duchess is here with me. We'll try to get it out tomorrow because I got it plenty now. I got it on hand because I had ran out. We were selling it so fast, not selling, but people was getting it so fast that I had to regroup and come back and get it back again, do it back over again. You need some rejuvenation in your bedroom, women. You need some revitalization in your bedroom. You need to put some spark in there. And all that the soap and oil ain't doing. I have some stuff. I have things. And I ain't talking about sex toys. I'm not talking about all that stuff. I'm talking about stuff that will help you. And you have to understand, I talk from experience. Though I am saved, sanctified, full of God's Holy Ghost, been anointed by God, gone through my tests,
Yes.
but yet I sustained. I didn't stay there. But because I was willing to go through, you're watching me this evening.
Yes.
That is the purpose. Now you are my assignment. Your relationship is my assignment. Your marriage is my assignment. Your happiness and your love now is Dr. Seymour's assignment. So my assignment now is to help you to take it to the next level. Change his mind.
Yes.
Change her mind. Change your marriage. Change the way that you all been eating. Light a candle. Don't just eat. Light a candle. Say, well, we don't drink wine. We don't drink whiskey. Get you some ginger ale and make it a romantic sight. Get rid of the children. Put the candle in the bedroom. Put you two glasses from the Dollar Tree and fix that man a steak. Stop being so common with him like that. You know, I'm going to stop.
Well, Dr. Seymour, we getting ready to put the soap and oil into a major store. I can't call a name right now because we're in the negotiation. It is amazing what's happening. It is amazing what's happening. And we're getting results. And we're getting ready to make that stuff major. So go ahead and tap in now.
And I want to say this one thing before we go off, audience. Find a babysitter. They are getting tired of babysitting. Find a babysitter. Take them over to your cousins. Take them over to your niece. Take them over to your auntie. Give that man them Friday nights. At least give him Friday nights. You might not can give him Saturday nights because you get up and go to church on Sunday. But you give that man that Friday night or give him that Thursday night. You need to have a night for him. It's not about the children, though they are his children. And I don't want to offend nobody, but I'm telling you what I know. When that man has had a tired experience, he doesn't want family all the time. He wants his wife. Remember, Dr. Seymour told you that. Before you start writing me and ask me, how do I change this? Send those children. I don't care if you got one. Ask somebody, you got a girlfriend, let your girlfriend keep them. And spend some time. Go to the movies and let him rub up. And don't wear no pants. Let me teach you this. If you and him are traveling, do not travel in pants. And if you're going to the movies, do not wear pants to the movies. You find you a nice sundress to wear to the movies. You and him are traveling, put on you a nice sundress while you're traveling with your husband. Few pointers, just remember that. You've heard from the Queen of Love. I love you all.
Yes,
I love you all,
yes.
Joshua Hill, oh my God.
Wow.
We had a nice crowd tonight. I thank
Yes,
God for you all.
yes.
And I am praying and releasing the harvest of God upon every one of y'all life that took time to follow us tonight. I'm praying that apostolic release upon your life, in your church, in your ministry, in your marriage, in your relationship with your children. I'm releasing finances, abundance and increase, overflow,
Glory.
more than enough. I am believing God for your harvest in your love life. I am believing God for Mr. Right to come along, your twin flame, even your car and your... Listen, and God don't play with me. When I ask God to do stuff, God moves.
Yes.
And it don't take him a long time to move. I believe God. I might have talked to you about sex and everything else, but at the end of the day, the Queen of Love believes God.
Yes, we do.
I believe in the anointing. We will be here this morning, in the morning at 4:00 a.m. on the altar because I believe God.
Yes.
We will be here at the Wisdom Center at 4:00, 4 a.m. And we're fasting every day this week until 4:00. We believe in the fourth hour and the fourth watch of what God is doing.
God.
The transitioning and the transformation
Yes.
and the manifestation that God is doing in this fourth watch.
Yes.
So don't you miss what God is doing.
Yes.
And don't you miss what God is saying. Now, if you've been blessed by God, say within yourself, I believe God. Until next Monday, I believe God.
Glory. Until next Monday, we see you again.
Amen.
Amen. And
Hey,
amen.
shalalabosha.
Glory.
Yeah, na-na-na-na-na-na-bosha. Hey, glory. Hey, sha-na-na-na-na-bosha. Thank you, God. Thank you,
Yes,
God.
Lord. Yes,
Gotta
Lord.
let it go, Lord. Gotta let it go. Gotta let it go.
Yes, Lord.
Amen.
Be blessed. Be blessed, people of God.